alright. I believe I got a bad door switch in the store. So, I not many wires. I think there's only like 4 or 5 wires in here, but I'm not exactly sure which ones are which, so I'm gonna take the panel off. So there's 2 7mm screws down here. This, to get the window, because this is a manual, there's 2 little tabs you gotta depress. I just kind of got the screwdriver in like this, and then pried it this way, and then pried it that way. And then this popped off, and I rotated it so I can get at the Torx bit that's in there. It's T20. Take that out. And that comes off. There's that. I imagine what's left now just to give some tugs, pull that off. That's probably on there. Let's see, what do we got here? I've never taken one of these panels off, so I'm just kind of figuring it out as we go. Got more screws. Yeah, so this, how does that go? Alright, so you get it by the bottom and pry it up and then out. It's got some hooks. Or you can pop it off like I did. Assuming these are 7mm too. They are. So 2 7mm there, 2 there. T20 Torx. Looks like it comes up and off. So don't pull on it. It's got hooks. That for a phone. So I got some hooks here, hooks along the bottom. That's how that comes off. I like the hook ones better than the push pins, because they just, I mean, they're a lot easier to put on and off, and you don't have to worry about replacing pins and all that. So here's a switch right there. So it looks like it's a green and black wire. So I mean, I just got a couple of them. So what I'll do is I'll probably pull that connector off, and I'll try to get a multimeter on there and just check for open. And then I'll close the latch and make sure it closes. Alright, so I'm trying to find the connector ends so I can plug it on, because it's kind of a pain to get on that thing. I get it like the window up, and I gotta reach around the back, and it's hard to get anything on there. I'll probably still get a connector on there just to verify that that's the problem. But what I'm doing is I'm just jumping those pins there. So turn the key on. I get the interior light on. It says driver door open, and then I'll jump that, and it goes out. So I know my wiring is good, at least for the most part. I don't know if having the door closed would make a difference. I guess I can wiggle it. Doesn't seem to. I said I'm pretty sure it's a switch. Yeah, so I'm not getting any change. So I'm gonna do, I'm gonna plug it back in. If I can get it plugged back in. And then I'm going to latch it. And it works this time. I wonder if maybe it's just sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But it's not a problem all the time. It's just once in a while. Now the switch is kind of loose in the bottom there. All right, now. Open. Yeah, maybe that switch is just out of place. But I just clicked it once and it didn't shut off. It's right there, I just latched it. It's all still on. So, see, I got it latched. I got the light on still. I just wiggled it, and now it went out. So the problem is nothing in the switch. Let's see, but see how I got some play in there. So it's, I'm gonna think maybe whatever's holding it in place is broken and it's misaligning. So I'm just gonna replace the switch anyway. We'll see. Let's see what the deal is. I don't know if you can see that. See how it's loose. So I think the switch was like 20 bucks. $29. So I'm just gonna, I'll replace it anyway. Might be worn out. And yeah, we'll go from there. Because I mean, I don't want to have the lights and everything staying on and the radio staying on every time. So there's that. So when I get the switch, I'll put it in. All right, so I removed the 3 T27 Torx screws, bolts out of the latch, and I'm going to take this clip off. You pop the clip off of the rod, turn it sideways, and then the rod will slide out. It just looks like a cable, so I'm probably going to take these little tabs and push them in to get the cable out. I mean, I'll leave it on and I'll probably just push them in and then swing it down and pull it through this hole here. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Two. Swings down. Should be able to just pull that latch out. It's gonna fight it. All right, I'm gonna try to pull the whole thing out because it's connected to the outside door latch with a few more rods, and I don't really want to mess with the adjustments and stuff. So I'm gonna take it out through that hole. So I just flick this cap up, and Move this little arm back and slide the cable to the side. Out the hole. Maybe. It's on there pretty good. That. And that. So I'm going to take that bolt off, and there's another one up on the upper corner that's in a plug that you pull out of the door here, and then you can get at that one. I think that's be like 10 or 12 millimeter. That's 11. I think it's 11. Pull this plug out, and straight in you get at the other bolt. So I just grabbed it, pull it back, and then there's a little tab in there, or a hook on this side. So you got the two bolts and a hook, and that comes out. So, little bonus, how to change your door latch if you want to. So I mean, you could have spread these here and popped that out. The door rod was kind of the one giving me trouble, because I couldn't really see it. But this little tab, you gotta kind of unlock it to get it off, and I didn't want to break it, and so I just kind of left it like, well, as you saw. Here's our problem, is the switch it's not sitting in there correctly, or I mean, it's wiggling around, so basically it's kind of cocking to the side, and then when it opens it's not working right. So I'm going to fidget with this and see if I can repair this one. The other one isn't in yet, so I'm going to see if there's something I can do with this one, or maybe take it out. I wonder if I can swap it with the passenger side. Maybe I'll look and see if the passenger side's got the same switch, because that switch works. I mean, it might be worth just jumping the passenger side, so it doesn't matter if you open or close the door on that side, because it really only matters for the driver side to shut stuff off, or the what is it? For it to shut the radio off, and then the dome light and stuff. I mean, if it always thinks the passenger side's closed, it doesn't really make a difference as opposed to the driver's side. But so yeah, I'm gonna kind of look at this and see what I find. Alright, so this little piece right here is kind of like a locking tab. So you got the little nub there. So it goes in, I believe, it goes in like this, and then turns counterclockwise, and then pops into there. I just kind of wiggled it to get it out so I could see how it worked. But it looks as though, so that bends up. So if you want to take it out, imagine you have to bend that tab up, get between here with a screwdriver or something, bend the tab up so you can unhook this little tab here, and then turn it clockwise, and then pull it out. So it looks like my problem is that this switch is all kind of jammed up. It's not really releasing anymore. So it's like, needs a little bit of attention. I wonder if I could just kind of free it up. Maybe the spring's rusted or something. We could fix it and put it back in there. Let's start by trying to get this little piece of rubber off. It just popped up. It moves pretty hard. Maybe we'll get that just working again. Looks like we got some corrosion on there. So I did take it apart. Oops. I don't remember which way this goes. Scrape there. So a little tab goes on the section that kind of sticks out a little farther. Nice part about recording stuff is I don't have to really remember things. I can just go back and review the footage. So it's just a little contact thing. Push that in. A little corrosion. Let's go clean this off. You put some type of lubricant on and put it back in there. It's clean now. So there's some of this penetrating grease. Put that on there. Oh, that's way better. Clean up this little rubber diaphragm, which I imagine was probably on this, not on that. Which way did this go in? So that was in there like that. This one forward. Yeah. It's a little easier just to remember than to play back the tape. Oh, and you don't even have to worry about it because there's a little notch there where it won't go the other way. So, yeah. Oh, that's better. Let's do a continuity check and make sure it's working. Gotta get your chopstick hands out. Well, appear to be working, so let's stick it back together. So I put it in there like so, and turn it, and it is in. Oh crap, I forgot to put the little rubber tip on there. Yep, that's how you get it. A little rubber tip on. Yeah. There's that. So I can put it back together. And it should work. Alright, so I'll slip this back in. I wonder if I can... the cable's long enough to just pull it. No. Alright. So slip that back in. Make sure you hook your little hooky tab. Line up your hole. And... yeah. In. So there's one of the bolts, and then obviously the one down there. So I'll put those two bolts in, or not bolts, but nuts. I don't know why I always confuse them. Let's see. Okay. Well, let's slip this back in. Put that back in, hook it around there. You gotta hold this like that, and then it just slides in through the hole there and hooks like this. Push that back in the hole. Pliers. That's in there. Watch that little cap down more. And a piece of dust on the lens. It goes like that. And then snaps in. And then we'll put the three screws back in. With the T27. Those are tight. Clip the wire back on. I think that was it. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We got these little plastic tabs we gotta stick back through. So, these are two plastic tabs. One there, pop back through, one there. Everything's hooked up inside. Plug, cable, parking brake, not parking brake, but a lock arm. Those are tight. So we'll take our flashlight out. We shall re-stick our leather seal thing back on. Poke a little holes through. Grommet goes here. Push. That is in. So now I'll get the door panel. I'll put the door panel back on. So, should you line up your lock? Get all your hooks in place. Yeah, I definitely like this style way better. So that. Let's see. I think 7mm. Two there, two under here. That. This was a T20, I think. Yeah, T20. That on. Oops, forgot the little washer. Forget the little washer thing. So I could show you a little better. There's a little clip here, a little clip there. They pop into the sides here. That's what I was kind of popping off. You just kind of pry it off that way, and it pops off, and then you can rotate it. Pop that back on. I believe we're all set. This. That. Alright, so I'll test out this door. Make sure that the switch is working. So it'll probably be easier for you to see with the door dinger. So I'll put the key in. I'll try it with that. So we got the door open. Door's closed. Door's open. Closed. Door's open. Closed. So I had to lubricate the latch up a little bit too. And obviously it's 2012, so it's a little old. Be a town truck. This door's been opened and closed quite a few times. So yeah, that's a pretty easy fix. I guess some of the trouble with it is not knowing exactly what's involved in it. Had I known that I could just take the switch apart and that was what the problem was, then I probably wouldn't have ordered a switch. But it's one of those things, if you take it apart, it might not go back together and it might be broken beyond repair, and to have the truck sit here without a latch in it for a couple days waiting for the switch to come in isn't really I mean, it ain't very good, because this truck's used for water main breaks and stuff, and it has the crane on it, so it's kind of a necessity to have it usable. So to just kind of put it out of service for a few days is what I would call frowned upon, because you might have a problem that we need this truck for. So I try not to put anything out of service. If I have a big repair that I have to do, I try to schedule the repair just so it doesn't conflict with any other schedules or any type of emergency situations. So anyway, hope that can help somebody. If not, let me know what I did wrong, and thank you for watching.